Have you ever heard of a homeowner benefit program? Please watch this video because I'm here to tell you the truth about homeowner benefit programs that could save you thousands of dollars. Hey everyone, it's Connor MacDougall. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and that bell so you get notifications when I release new information about living in Tri-Cities and the housing market. As always, if you have any questions or are looking to buy or sell a home, please reach out via the contact info in the description below. So over the last few years, there's been this growing trend in the United States of real estate brokerages basically offering you a cash payout in return for the right to list your home. So it sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Like they give you a check and then in return, you use them as your real estate agent when you go to sell your house. That could sound like a great deal, but let's look at some of the details of what they're doing and how it affects not only you, but the house and the property and the potential future homeowners. So these cash payouts they're giving range somewhere in the $300 up to $5,000 range, and there may be more than $5,000, but that's the highest that I've heard of. These agreements come with a 40-year term, which is a long time when you think about how long you're going to live in a house, given that the average person moves every 8 to 10 years. So what happens is they give you a check, you sign this contract with them that basically says you're going to use them as your realtor. What they then do is they then take that contract and they file it with the county as a memorandum against your deed. So what happens is when these title companies go to sell your property or help you transferring your property, if you're selling it, at that time, when they go to transfer the property ownership, it shows up as a memorandum on the deed, which prevents them from transferring it until they've cleared that. So then what they have to go to do is go back to these people that filed the memorandum, which is these real estate companies, and they have to get their permission to take that off the deed before they can then transfer the title to the property. So when they go back to this company that filed the contract or recorded this contract with the county, there's two ways that you can remove that memorandum from the deed in order to sell the house. One is to allow that company to sell your house. So usually when you go and sell your house with a realtor, you possibly look at a few different options. You see what rates people are charging, what kind of services they're offering, what kind of advertising and marketing they're doing, and then you choose the best option for you at that time. Well, that's not what happens. At this point, you're stuck with using that person or that realtor and that brokerage to sell your house. The second way to get out is you pay them a penalty fee, and that penalty fee is 3% of your house's current value. So let's recap here. So they give you a check for somewhere in the amount of like $300 to $5,000. Let's say it's at the top end, which is $5,000. In Tri-Cities here, you're not going to see, I don't think that size of checks getting handed out because I think those $5,000 checks are for more expensive properties. But let's just say you get a $5,000 check for the right to sell your home in the future. So $5,000 today, you turn around, if your house goes up $200,000 in value, so say you had a $500,000 house and by the time it goes to sell, you're selling a $700,000 house. Their penalty fee is going to be 3% of that $700,000. So you're looking at paying them a $21,000 penalty fee in order to sell your house. The other factor is if you do use them as your real estate agent, you're locked into paying a 6% fee in order to sell the house. Now, fees are always negotiable with real estate agents. A lot of times they vary somewhere between 5 and 6%, but that's always negotiable. There's no set rates. So basically you're paying 6%, which is on the higher end of fees in order for them to sell your house. Now, it's important to know that nothing about what these companies are doing is illegal. So if someone signs this contract, they go to sell the house later, they don't want to use that realtor, and they also don't want to pay the penalty fee. The contract and how it's been filed with the county, it's all legal. There's nothing being done that's illegal as far as the laws go right now. Although you can look at it as being quite predatory and a little bit shady in ways, because often the companies are looking at people who don't have a lot of income but own a home and have quite a bit of equity in that home, and they're offering people this cash as kind of like a way to help them out in that time. So although it's not illegal, this is a very predatory and very it takes advantage of people because a lot of people don't exactly know what they're getting into when they sign it, even though you're expected to read the contract, but most people don't understand all the terminology in the contract. So people are getting trapped into these 40-year agreements for not a lot of money up front, and then really having to pay a lot of money afterwards to either pay the penalty fee or they're using these people as their real estate agents to sell the house. If somebody has a lot of equity in their home and they need money quickly, there's other options you can use to pull equity from your home in order to help yourself out in a pinch. There's reverse mortgages. You can refinance. You can do home equity lines of credit sometimes. Like, there's other ways that you can use the value of your house to get you some cash if you really need it, if you're in a tight spot financially. So when people come around with this type of agreement and they're handing you cash, that should be a red flag, because someone's not just going to give you cash for nothing. So please share this information with your friends and family. If you're presented with this kind of offer, please reach out to your trusted real estate professional or to a lawyer, if you know one that you can talk to, because these deals, although they may seem great, you're getting cash on the front end, you're generally losing a lot more on the tail end when you have to pay the piper. Hopefully this answered any questions you have about homeowner benefit programs. If you found this video helpful and insightful, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. This isn't my usual type of video. This is kind of more just trying to educate people about something out there that might be taking advantage of them, or someone who's looking to take advantage of them. And if you ever are presented with a contract, always please talk to somebody about it first. Don't just sign anything without consulting a professional in that field. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.